I'm just on here for a quick minute because I just realized I have some things to do, but I realized I am slipping and I'm not coming on. I'm trying to get back into things. I needed a break. Burnt out a little bit, Politics is taking over and the world is just not fun right now. But we have to do what we got to do. We got to make do. As black people, that's what we have always done. We have dug ourselves about the trenches and we have kept it going. So while the world is burning, we are still turning, okay? So let's just get into a couple of hot topics that's going on. I've got my laptop out so we can actually talk about stuff, all right? Now let's talk about from the very beginning. Let's start, all right? So Latocha Scott went on to Nene Leak's show that she has been doing, and she promised to stay consistent. And she's talking about the fact that, well, she was asked a question, about the rights to escape, and she says you can look it up yourself that she has the rights to the name of the group name. Well, the neighborhood talk wanted to see what was tea, so they went and looked for themselves. And when they went and looked, they found something completely different. Okay. Oh, let me get this together. They found something completely different. Okay. Let's see what they found.
Is she the owner of Escape? She owns the I don't know.
The name.
The name.
No, I own the name.
No, girl, let me turn my chair back around. Wait 1 second.
No, I own the name. Ew.
Now how they gonna be outside using it?
That's why everybody's like, what are you doing? Why?
How can they but wait a minute now. This is a trademark name.
Yes, ma'am.
And they
you can go look it up yourself. Yes.
How they get to do that?
They're not supposed to.
So if you really wanted to,
if I really wanted to,
you could really sue them or
if
something.
I really wanted to.
Because I've always thought that Tiny owned the name for some reason.
No.
But if you really wanted to go a step further, you could.
I mean, I put my sister's name on it, so both of us at this point own it. You can go look it up yourself.
Baby, you
can go look
you
it up
heard
yourself.
what she said. You can go look it up yourself. So the neighborhood talk said that they did. And here's how they started. They say, now here's the plot twist. Latocha, arch nemesis, and sister Tamika Scott actually has an active trademark for Escape that includes rights to live audio performances by a musical group. The full description even mentions live, televised, and movie appearances by a professional entertainer. Latocha, what we need from you is understanding because this is not making much sense right now. Ain't that the truth? So they went and did their due diligence and they went and looked. It goes to show that no, they are allowed to do this. And for anything that is said for what she had, it says that everything under her name is basically dead and gone. Nothing of that matters. So, Latocha, again, what are you talking about, honey? It seems like every time that she gets on to a platform and gets to speaking, this happens. She says something out of whack. She says something out of turn. She says something that is not true. And she sticks her foot in her mouth, allowing us to go and look up the information and finding out that it is in fact not true. She has been sticking her foot in her mouth for a long time now. You would figure at this point she would be done with it. But no, she continues to do this. Now, maybe at one point she did have rights and they are no longer rightful. However, how does that work if that's the case? That just doesn't just fall off. You signed stuff, right? You I don't know. But she should know. And she should know better to be going on interviews telling lies that she has the rights to this name when she doesn't. And as much as Kandi is a professionalist, Kandi wouldn't do that. Candy has a lot on the line. She wouldn't do something like that to have her name put out there like that if she wasn't able to do that. But we know that Latasha is really good for going above and beyond to say anything she can to discredit the other girls from the group. Now I wonder, is the show coming back? Them with SWV? That was very entertaining. I could have swore that was coming back for a second season, but hey, I digress. But let's get into something else. Okay? So let's keep it on the fact that she went and saw Nene. So Nene had asked the question, and let's just turn the wheels a little bit. So Nene was asked, let's see.
What you've seen, if you were having an event, would you rather have Candy sing or Ashley?
Would I rather have Candy sing or Ashley? I'm going with Ashley.
Ashley, really?
She going with Ashley.
Ashley, sing that song, girl, with Roberta Flack.
Now you know Nene wrong for that. The shade was real for Candy with that. There is no way in hell I am letting Ashley sing anywhere for me. Pay her to sing anywhere for me. Even watch her sing for free. No. So you know the shade was real because she said Ashley sing it flat or whatever. Because yes, Ashley sung that flat. But to go to the lengths of can't even give credit where credit is due to someone just because you simply don't like them. That's hater mentality, Nene. She still got it, and I miss it on the show. I miss it on the show. I mean, look, when Nene left, I was ecstatic. I was like, whew, I needed a break from Nene. I really did. But now that we've got all of this new stuff coming on, this Brit Edie ain't hitting for nothing. All right? So, if you ask me now, would I have Nene back? Hell yeah. I absolutely would. I absolutely would. Because the likes of Brit Edie ain't working for me. It's just not. And justice for Kenya. Even though Kenya went too far, still justice for Kenya. I don't care. All right, on to something else that's going on real quick. I don't know what's going on with Ray J lately, but is he okay? Because he out here twerking and turking like a woman. Now what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? What is your boy doing? Now Ray J also has been in the news a lot. He's been making some grand announcements at his lives, his parties, whatever that he's promoting and doing. He's making a lot of grand announcements, a lot of grand gestures, a lot of grand proposals, indecent proposals, if you will. I don't know what's going on with him, but Ray J, I hate that everyone's using the word crashing out, but I think that's what he is actually doing. Even Brandy, his sister, has reached out to him like, Ray J, this ain't you. You better than this. What are you doing? Ray J wants to be a streamer now. Ray J is trying to get in where he fit in. But what I'm trying to figure out is, doesn't he have a whole entire network? He has a whole entire network. So that's why I don't understand. Why are you out here doing all of this stuff? You have a whole entire network show, sir. Where are your shows that are you working on? Don't you have people to pay? Cast, producers, executives. Like, I don't understand. What happened to Raytronics? What happened to Raytronics? You know, at some point I thought, you know, he was actually doing this to clean his money up. Because I, for one, actually thought that he was helping out Diddy. That's his boy a little bit. That's his boy. He know him. He into that. So I'm just saying, just like Rick Ross in Wingstop, when he supposedly gave it to his son and made his son the owner and all of that stuff. No, that was to clean up, clean up, clean up. You know how that goes. But Yeah, we're gonna watch out for Ray J because Ray J is Ray J-ing it up, if you will. I just don't know. I mean, tonight he's going to be wilding out, lashing out at somebody live within the next 24 hours, if not tonight. But Ray J, do you, boo? What else is happening real quick? Um, Amber from Love After Lockup. She has been arrested again. Public intoxication. That is the common denominator for a lot of these Love After Lockup castmates. They always get locked back up for public intoxication. But let's see your mugshot. She like, damn. This is wild. Okay, so we know that we have had the premiere of The Valley, right? And we've met Michelle's boyfriend, Aaron, and all of that stuff, right? But according to Jax, he's not that great. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Being there, the only one not drinking from the cast, and I noticed that Jesse and Aaron got into a little scuffle. In fact, I noticed that Aaron fell on the red carpet. He fell, and Jason had to pick him up. He was blitzed.
No.
Yeah.
He seemed
It's
fine.
all over the tabloids today.
Oh.
It got picked up.
He seemed fine when I talked to
Jesse
him.
sent me all the stuff today. He's like, Us Weekly, all these Bravo blogs, whatever, picked up the fight or not the fight. I guess it wasn't a fist fight. It was an argument, and then the fact that he was hammered and he fell on the red carpet. So I'm not really spoiling anything. Like I said, it's in the tabloids right now. So he fell. Jason had to pick him up, and then there was some arguing going back and forth, and Jesse was there, but he was there by himself because Lacey was not feeling very well. But it was an interesting dynamic.
I think I was feeling the love, but I could see that. Yeah, I could feel the tension between Jesse and Michelle.
It's a tough situation they're going through. Obviously, everybody knows that Brittany and I are going through what they're going through. Theirs is a little bit different. You know, she's moved on and she's moved in with her boyfriend, living in a house and everything like that. And I think they're still kind of butting heads on certain topics. Anyway, it was really awkward being there, the only one not drinking from the cast.
So,
and I noticed that.
What's tea with that? Now, the group just met Aaron. This is his first season. They just got with Michelle. She's already living with this man. Now, mind you, at this point, it was, close to like around 9 months maybe or so that they've been separated. She's already living with him. All right? Let's get that. I feel that Michelle had moved on a long time ago. A really long time ago. And now Jesse's just trying to play catch up. But Jesse has also moved on. He also got a girlfriend. And he talks about her in the first episode as well. That is how him and Michelle got into their situation, because he's talking about how he wants to send their daughter to school in Orange County or wherever, and that's where the woman lives at that point. So he's really just trying to get under her skin by doing that, but the woman does exist. He still is dating someone. So they both moved on, actually. But I don't feel that Jesse moved on, I feel, because Michelle moved on, if that makes sense. But the season just started. The premiere was just this week, so you can catch up and get caught up and stay caught up if you watch it now and stay in for all of the mess that is going on, because it is going to be a crazy season. Britt and Jax, their whole bid. And Jax, can we just talk about him for a second? Him and his pity party and trying to get the sympathy and trying to play, I don't know what he's trying to do, but it's not working. It looks very shallow, and we see what you're doing, sir. We see what you are doing. Cut it out. But yeah, so Kristen is vindicated, I feel, because she mentioned it all last season and it was all true. And it's so crazy to see her and Jesse are besties. Not besties, but Jesse invited her over to his house. They talked, and she actually said she is Team Jesse, not Team Michelle. Team Jesse. Hell has definitely frozen over since last season. But you really see who a person is when you learn who a person is, when you meet them through your friend, your mutual friend, through a relationship that they are in, when that relationship is over, you really see who that person is. And sometimes that person is completely different. And you could learn to see and appreciate what that person was going through at that point. And I think that's what Kristen felt and Jesse felt toward her as well. And I actually love their dynamic, that they're actually cool now. I love it. I'm actually team Jesse as well. I think I am also team Jesse. Yes. What's up, Assassins Productions? I'm also team Jesse. Okay. What else is going on? Let's see. It's a lot of politics going on, and I feel like I can talk about it now because I stopped doing politics for dummies on Tuesdays, because there is no way I am going to keep contributing 2 hours of my life every Tuesday for the bullshit that this man is doing. So I stopped doing it, and I'm just going to talk about it on here for a little bit. So, as of now, Kilmer is never, ever going to see the light of day of the United States again. The press secretary, Caroline Lewitt, whatever her name is, Caroline for sure, says that he will never step foot in the United States again. The senator of Maryland just went to El Salvador to try to speak with people in El Salvador, and they turned him away. They turned him away. He was not able to see him, lay eyes on him, or anything. They turned him away. I don't understand how this is gonna go. I don't understand. But let's keep going. What else is going on? Okay. I'm just trying to find something fun to talk about. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw food and I got happy. Can we talk about Ray J and Princess? What is happening with them? So we know a couple of days ago, Ray J and Princess were spotted kissing each other, slapping each other down. And y'all know that they are in a divorce, right? Like, it is a messy divorce. The cops have been called to their house. The kids have been involved in all of that. So why are they out kissing each other at Coachella? Well, they both responded afterwards. And one of them said they're never drinking again. And she said she's never drinking again. He said that he talked some shit about her, made fun of her to try to make it downplay it. But we know that Ray J ain't getting none, because he is out here trying to solicit himself to anyone, talking about asking for favors through a microphone on stage for indecent proposals and everything. We know that he will go back to Princess, and Princess probably gave him a little something. He was like, hey, I'm gonna take that. But they're still divorcing nonetheless. They are not getting back together. Repeat, announcement, public service announcement. They are not getting back together. I promise you. But it was the way this girl was just smiling, knowing she caught him. Knowing she in it. Why is she smiling like that? It was more her than them for me, honestly, because she knew. I cannot. Okay, I'm trying to get through all of the stuff I be saving for Vegas, because I'm trying to save stuff so when we do go to Vegas, we have a better itinerary next time. Yeah, me and Mom already planning on our next trip to Vegas. I know we wasn't supposed to go back in 2027, but we going back as soon as we pay off this credit card. We got to go back. I can't wait. Beetlejuice 3 is in the works, y'all. Beetlejuice. The Menendez brothers' sentencing is set for April 17th and 18th, but it has just been pushed back again. Look, the brothers are never getting out. They don't want them out. Whoever is it, they don't want them out. They're never letting them out. Look, the Tate brothers will be out and free. Gonna go in certain time and be out before the Menendez brothers. All right, it's just ridiculous. Yeah. Everything else really is politics, and I don't want to talk about it. Oh, but there's a lot of shit going on with Zeus. We're gonna get into that at some point. All right. But at this point, I just want to leave you with this. I thought this was very interesting and I saved it.
So buckle up, kids. This is going to be a bumpy ride. So 6 Russian officials were on Russian state TV.
Nope, that wasn't it. But that still is very important. But anyway, y'all, I got to get up on out of here because I need to do things before I get up on out of here for the day. Y'all have a wonderful, beautiful one. Oh, can we talk about it really, really quickly? Last night was the finale of the Challenge All-Star Rivals. We had Frank and Sam. We had Adam and Steve. We had Shane and Devon. And we had Nicole and Melissa. All right? Nicole and Melissa came in 4th. Frank and Sam came in 3rd. Devon and Shane came in 2nd. And Steve and Adam won the damn thing. And in true fashion, you know, TJ does his thing. And it was one of those where, since they were rivals, they had to decide or ask each other, is their partner going to split the money or steal the money? They both agreed that each other would split the money. So they are splitting $250,000. Ta-da. And I'm okay with that, even though I wanted Devon to win. But when Devon won 2nd place, and in her confessional, Devon was ecstatic like she won 1st place. She still got her some money. And she still completed it. Her daughter can look at her as a hero still. She didn't compromise her morals or her religion or her dignity at all, even though she had to deal with the likes of Shane as her partner. And even though Shane tried to throw her under the bus the last minute and wanted all of this sympathy, wanted to be her friend. No, we will never be friends, but look, I can get to know you in a different way, and we'll talk about that. But this one, I don't want nothing to do with. So it'll be interesting to see how they can get along in the near future. I hope they keep us on the update on that. Bye, Assassin. And bye to y'all, because I got to get up on out of here for the day. Y'all cats and kittens have a lovely one, and I will see y'all tomorrow.